Hello, my name is Andrew Wright, and for this video, one of the last videos, one of the individual I want to talk about was Marcus Garvey. Garvey was a different individual as far as entrepreneurs. He's probably somebody that's different as far as somebody we would think of entrepreneurs because he didn't start off that way. Garvey definitely started off as somebody who had to endure hardship um, in his native land, which is Jamaica, by the British, and how they were treating people of color. And it's always funny to me how if you go back and look at all the major or some of the major slave issues, mistreatment issues. It's like it all stems back to the British. Like you can go back, you can look at apartheid, and this is the British. You can look at even things with Gandhi and what his people were going through. It was the British. If you look at Scotland and their enslavement, um, a pretty famous movie, probably one of the most famous movies of its time, Braveheart, was based off that, and it was the English. It was, and it's just crazy to me. But um, Garvey was somebody who, being from Jamaica, he had a different view on what it was like to be pro-black, to be pro-African, to be to really have a disdain for Europeans. Um, but he was somebody that he had when he came to America. It was he had his run-ins with people that were negative, but he also had a good number of run-ins with people who were positive. Um, W.B. Du Bois was somebody who was probably the most influential person or the most famous person that he ran into. He also had his issues with the Ku Klux Klan, and so it was a situation where when he got here, he saw immediately what he wanted to do and what route he wanted to take. When it comes to what he actually was able to accomplish, what was his biggest thing? He was the president of the Universal Negro Improvement Association, an African Communities League. During parts of the 1900s, you saw this was a group that was giving out food and things during the holidays to African Americans who were impoverished. They were people who would try to fund some African Americans and different things that they had going on. So it was this group was something that Garvey really wanted to have a group that they could call their own as far as blacks, so they could call their own, that they could have their hand in, and that they didn't need um, whites' permission to do or to partake in. That's really what his main goal was, and that's why he became a part of this. That's why he spearheaded this, um, because he knew if he could do this, it would be a positive influence for African Americans. Because at this time, um, because he passed unfortunately in 1940. So leading up to that time, you have to imagine how bad the world was racially. They were at the tip of the spear when it comes to racism. So he's seen he was unable to live long enough to see African Americans thrive. He was just there to see the negative and a lot of the negative that was going on. And so that's why he was somebody who spearheaded this group. And that's why I think he's an important figure. He's unfortunately a figure that doesn't get talked about enough in history, at least at the undergraduate level. But I am looking forward to seeing how you guys view this. And I look forward to speaking to you guys for this week. For most of you, just FYI, I probably won't get to speak to you again. So for those of you who I have got to communicate with, it was good talking to you and others. I'm sure I will see you in other courses during our doctorate.